Hey, yo, what's good, Amajita family? Welcome to another episode of the Amajita Football Show. As you all know, I'm not alone. I am with
Benjamin, Mr. Man of the Match, G. Ditsile.
yes, and I am of course the Robert Marawa of the show, Israel S. Detail. Now, on this episode, we'll be doing a recap on Bafana-Bafana and Rwanda, the World Cup qualifiers. Now, this game was played in Rwanda, and yeah, man, let's get into it.
I think I'm going to, one day. One day I'm going to get married using the Bafana-Bafana squad.
Eh?
The Mudi ta 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 ta
Bafana squad. Kinky Chiefs, is that you? Nah, just kidding, everyone. Just kidding.
That's true. At some point in the game, I was watching them and I was like, Chiefs, is that you? Take off the mask. No, we're kidding.
Yeah, guys, listen, we lost 2-0. Yeah, we got beat by Rwanda again. I'll just state this one. Number 140 in the world ranking in terms of football. And South Africa is world number 62, right? And we got beat by world number 40, 140.
Well, Rwanda did a number on us, that's for sure. And we should leave these rankings in Fanai. It's not going to work.
The work is done on the pitch.
Yeah, it's not going to work.
Like we said on the previous video, though, that we can add and talk all about these things.
Yeah.
This is our golden team. But, yeah, there's our golden team.
Yeah.
It got the bronze, in a way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Me, I think that I see the result. I see everything. I'm just worried about one thing.
Sure.
Well, a lot of things, but one thing is major for me. The first half, we did not show interest in scoring. I mean, football is about goals.
For sure.
So if stats say you don't have a shot at goal in the first half,
then what were you guys doing?
thank you. You were playing for fun in Chilena.
I mean, again, highlighting the previous video where we were saying if we could start the way we started, got the game at Benin, I think we would have had a different result. But instead, Rwanda played that game on us.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I feel like Rwanda was watching that Benin game with a close eye to a point where they played us at our own game. But one thing I'm really disappointed in is Hugo Bruce not having a plan B. You get what I mean? I mean, Rwanda played exactly how we played Benin, and Sharp, he made subs here and there, but there was no impact because the man had no plan B. He was basically switching stamina, you could say. But really no plan B.
Yeah, no, true.
But what's your take on it? I see you have a few pointers there, so take us through the game. What you thought of the game?
I think, I want to talk about how the goals came in, right? But before we talk about how the goals came in, how we conceded, I want to talk about how there were warning signs right before both goals. Before the first goal, Rwanda had missed a good opportunity. And literally after that minute or those 30 seconds, they scored, which means that there was no communication at the back to talk about how we need to fix what just happened, because right before they scored, it was another cross into the box that happened, or it was a ball, across Ronan Williams, and they missed. And then right after that, they played the ball behind CBC. I don't want to talk about that disaster, that disastrous defending. Listen, CBC is one of my favorite defenders, so I don't want to fault.
Yeah.
I don't want to fault CBC 100%. Or no, rather, I don't want to fault Hugo Bruce 100%. Every coach would trust CVC if they told him that Mvala is injured.
Okay.
Honestly, CVC is the only defender that you put in there. Honestly, right? Mistake at the back. I think it was high school defending. You know, back in high school, they used to tell you, don't let the ball bounce. Don't let the ball bounce. And I don't know how many times that ball bounced in front of CBC, rather.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And obviously, the striker. One thing about African teams is either they are stronger than us or they are quicker.
For sure.
CBC, this is not the PSL, bro. Maybe if you're playing against Kukuna, you know, playing against Chipa, maybe you would have got that. But this is Rwanda. It's an African team. He was quicker, poached the ball off of CBC, and Aaron Williams, I don't think he knew where he was.
Yeah, no, by the looks of it, I mean...
And then they scored. But there was a warning sign before we conceded. We should have fixed it. There should have been communication at the back. I'm going to give it to you after the second goal. Before the second goal, I think 27 minutes, something seconds, there was an opportunity for Rwanda, and they missed it. You know, Mudau does the right thing in guiding the defender, you know, and then obviously Mudau is quicker. Remember, he's the best right back for me in Africa. And you will never be quicker than Mudau. So he did the right thing, guided him, made him run, and Mudau was faster than him.
So what happened? Why did he not pass the keeper or safety first?
He was trying to be neat. And remember in the previous video, we spoke about how we don't need to be fancy at times.
Especially with these qualifiers.
Please go catch the previous video. We spoke on how right now, just get the job done. You know, that defending is like, ish.
You're actually highlighting something. So I was watching the post, or what is it, after the game. CBC won, and Dr. Kumalo mentions
the wrap up.
Yeah, the wrap up. Dr. Kumalo mentioned something. He was like, so the thing is, in this league, no one puts pressure or presses Sundowns like that.
Ooh. So the same thing I said about CBC.
You get what I mean?
About Kulisum Dao.
You get what I mean? So there he was pressed. No, he didn't get the ball and then, you know, they chilled. And no, they went onto him. They pounded immediately.
Right? So after...
Yeah.
The defender didn't lose.
No.
What can I say? The confidence or the courage.
No.
You know, he didn't get demoralized and that will beat him with speed.
No. So that's one thing he highlighted. He said, in the PSL, unfortunately, no one presses Sundowns like that. And if they were to press Sundowns like that, I don't know, man.
That's a good point.
But yeah, I mean, for me, it was a game of two halves. Rwanda dominated the first one, obviously. But the second half, I feel like we came back gradually. And we had our chances, we had our opportunities. We just didn't take them, though. I mean, there weren't as many, but I mean, still, you know, we had a... Now we had a couple of crosses coming in. Another factor that people were mentioning was that Bafana-Bafana played better second half because... while it was halftime, they made sure they could drain out as much water as possible. Because first half, the pitch was so wet. When you tried to pass the ball, you could see a whole lot of splash of water.
You know what should happen?
Yeah.
I understand conditions, right?
For sure.
But I think for me, these are things that are beyond your control.
For sure.
What you must do is practice in those conditions. For example, find a stadium where the drainage is bad. For instance, sprinkle the field for a whole hour.
Sure.
Let the boys go play there.
For sure.
Play in these muddy.
Yeah.
Because you are being proactive then. Because if we are always going to blame, conditions and whatever, unfortunately they're not going to change. Especially, we are, what can I say, a developed country.
We are the most developed country in Africa. I understand that Rwanda is developing very well. Shout out to the president, he's doing very well. But like it's a fact. South Africa, in terms of development infrastructure, we are the best in Africa.
Yeah, we've got good infrastructure.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
no, you can go on.
So when we go those sides, we must prepare for these things. I think I'm more disappointed. And listen, I might take some slack for this, but I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm more disappointed in Pesitau,
Okay.
Themba Mshishizwani, Teboho Mokoena, Khuliso Modau, Ronwen Williams. I'm disappointed in everybody, but I'm more disappointed in these ones that play in Africa. Because the experience, you should be used to it right now. I mean, I'm not going to be accurate with my information right now.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to be wrong. But apparently Bafana-Bafana, the traveling killed them.
Yeah.
In my head, I'm like, we got there 1:30, I think, where the hotel is or where we were training, whatever. 1:30 in the morning, right? No problem. That's not your fault. But such conditions, you should be used to it. But now I'm thinking about it. Do you think that Safa gave Bafana-Bafana that same type of 5-star treatment that Mamelodi Sundowns gives Mamelodi Sundowns and the players? Because why, when Mamelodi Sundowns is playing in Africa, I don't care the conditions. Mamelodi Sundowns would have won if they were playing in AFCON, in CAF, or in AFL, whatever. You understand?
Yeah, but Safa is another conversation on its own.
We should have that episode for itself.
Yeah. But I'd just like to highlight that we did speak on that. The traveling will kill them mentally.
Yeah. The previous video, ne?
We did say, mentally, it's bad.
Yeah, traveling, because we did say, that's why we said, don't play Pesitau 90 minutes.
Exactly.
Very true. Rest these players, because you saw the habit. It started on Saturday when he was losing too many balls. And listen, we cannot falter these players every single time. They did try their best. Unfortunately, we needed more. We are the people who talk, and from what we saw or witnessed, we needed more. It was, for me, mistakes.
Not true. Our defense really let us down in this game.
Yeah.
But as well as, you hear the record. Yeah, Williams, conceded 48 goals. And you just like, could we try now another keeper, or should we keep him? Because here's another thing, right? Again, in the recap, Benin, we said it. Once they took out Mvala, that communication skills were kind of gone. They kind of broken down, So it's as if now the defense, no one is taking responsibility because Williams is used to these type of players and communicating. And you can see how Bafana played when Mvala was there. The communication was easier. Whereas now, it's as if he's kind of afraid to, let CBC know that, hey, dude, you dropped the ball. You should be accountable, Screaming instructions out there. But, man. They played a typical Bafana football on us. Like we did with Benin, They got the ball behind us, route one, and what bothers me more is that Hugo Bruce doesn't have a plan B. Yeah. Right? You cannot just swap a person just because they have more energy right now. I think you need to bring on someone different with a strategy. There must be a specific instruction. Why would you want him to play there? You get what I mean? Because you cannot bring new strength, new skill, but with the same formation. It will not work. But for me, on the other side, I would like to say I was happy to see Mokoena. I feel like second half, when he had the ball, we really tried to get forward. You get what I mean? He would make the passes, and Shishizwane Vele couldn't get much of the ball. He was just running around and looking for the ball, you know. But I guess Rwanda was marking so good that they had to cut those passing lanes. And as well as Letao, there's this number 3, ya Rwanda, back line. I think Emmanuel. Yeah, no. They made sure they closed down Percy.
I know we don't have time, but we spoke about the 4-2-3-1 formation being a bit tricky. And we won on Saturday, but we still had our, do you think we should carry on with this formation?
So that's the plan B I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
If you're going to bring Apolis in, you must know what are his strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
And if this formation does not accommodate his strength, change the formation.
Yeah.
Change it.
Especially, I think he was playing on the right. And it's telling at Polugwane City, he plays on the left.
Yeah.
He cuts in and takes some shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bolo aina therefore.
No.
A wise man once said, Bolo aina therefore.
Yeah, guys, we lost against Rwanda. Hopefully we'll do better in the next games. I was just shook watching that game. I did not expect that, but listen, it happens. It's football. Last words?
Please remember to subscribe, like, comment, and share with friends and loved ones.
Siyaxolisa. Our comrades, abazalwane, siyaxolisa.
Yeah.
Football supporters.
Yeah.
You can hear with our energy that we are just really disappointed.
Yeah.
We were just shook. We did not expect that kind of game from Bafana-Bafana. The golden generation, you know. I mean, you have some top class players on that pitch. You just wouldn't expect to lose against Rwanda. But yeah, it is football. I not therefore.
Yeah.
Again, the previous video, we did say that on paper we should win it, but then again, it's football, right?
On paper.
On paper, we
must
won
win it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, those were your last words, right?
Yeah, I think so. But listen, we still have a chance. We are second on the log. Do you still have hope? Can you trust Bafana-Bafana? Is Bafana-Bafana a reliable team?
Yeah, I believe we still have hope. Not as much as I used to, but it's still hope nonetheless.
Yeah.
I feel like Hugo shouldn't be scared to switch his formation and game plans.
Yeah,
because
be brave.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We must be a team with courage. We must be a team with character.
Yeah.
Something again you mentioned that we don't play like we want to qualify, you know, and yeah.
You can comment, Amajita fam. Please comment. This is the question. Is Bafana-Bafana reliable? I don't know. It's for you to answer as well.